Good morning. Happy Friday. We are done with another week, day number 11 of July. I am just finishing getting yesterday's video up onto YouTube, so you could go check it out, which obviously, if you're watching this, hopefully if you watched the previous day, if not, go check it out. So this morning was a late start, and I think it's just I did not sleep well at all. I started thinking about the event next week, and it just kind of got me, I guess, a little stressed out. And then there was the storm and all that stuff. So I didn't wake up until 6:45. Normally I wake up around like 5:10. So I guess I needed to sleep. But yeah, here I am going to finish this up, then go outside, get ready for the day. And I have a dentist appointment today. I got some spots along my gum that they're going to fill. So, because I don't want it to get any worse and actually have like cavities in the little pockets, which is a whole thing. And then potentially there's talk that I need a crown, so hopefully they can look at that and see if that's needed. I don't do well with anything that's like medical related, so I really don't want to get that done, but I know I need to, because then, right, it could get worse. Then you can have a root canal, and that I would not be able to handle. So yeah, I got my coffee here, and then, right, I need to make sure my teeth are nice and clean. I'll go to work for like a couple hours, and then I'll head off to the dentist, and then that'll be the end of the work day. It's gonna be a short one. But yeah. So I am cleaning up my downloads and moving them to my Data D storage, because I asked ChatGPT what I should do about like organizing all the files, because it is just too much. It's super disorganized, and I like it. So it came out like you do master folders. So I created those besides the work one. And so then I put some of these down just to kind of get an idea. And I like it. I think it will really help. And I got to figure out how to do this automatic thing, because I think that'll be very helpful. But yes, I need to get all this over. So I'm moving 4,000 items from my download into my to sort. Hey guys, I'm back. My face is all numb and and now it's like lunchtime. I'm really hungry. I guess that's the problem when I have an appointment at like 11. But I am going to make some mac and cheese, because I'm like, that's soft enough that I could like chew on one side and be careful not to bite my tongue or my cheek or anything like that. And today it is now summer hours at work, so I am done. And had something come up where one of the presenters has an emergency dental, so I'm like, I feel them. Appointment on Monday, so they're not gonna be able to present. So I'm trying to find a last minute, and it's summer hours, and so I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna get a response until Monday. And if that's okay, like if worst comes to worst, I could take the person's spot in the presentation. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, so that's that. And I'm like, stress out, but it is what it is. Done with that. Gonna make some mac and cheese, and I need to plan my meals for next week. Next week's gonna be weird because I'll have breakfast available in the morning and lunches for Monday through Thursday, and dinner on Saturday or on Monday and Tuesday. So I'm like, I really don't need that much, but I think I'm gonna need snacks like vegetables and stuff like that. So restock that portion. Same with fruit. And then getting like the basics like yogurt, milk, so all of the perishables. So my grocery list hopefully will be smaller this week. But yeah, so I'm thinking of where I want to start is if I want to do start mapping out the scenes or do something else. Like I need to, continue reading the book, conflict and suspense. So I'm not 100% sure what I kind of want to do about that, which I don't think I feel like I need to read at some point today, maybe after the grocery store and kind of like have it chill. But I think right now I'm not in the right mindset. And so I think I'm going to watch some YouTube videos from other writers, especially on that Buttered book that I was talking about yesterday about incorporating those universal fantasies into your scenes and chapters and stuff. And I have the audiobook for Seven Figure Fiction by T. Taylor. So I'm going to kind of maybe go back to those sections that they mentioned in the YouTube videos and see if I could take notes to incorporate that. That's the problem with audiobooks when it comes to like writing craft is you can't really take notes on them, which I've listened to that twice already. And so I'm like, maybe I just need to get the book. I know it's not that big of one, but there's like lots of examples and stuff. But that's just another book to add to my library. I'm like, new books are expensive. Used books are cheap. And so a lot of the books right now that I'm reading are all older. So I could actually like the conflict and suspense. I could actually get that for, a few bucks. But there will be that waiting period, which I think will be okay. So I might just go ahead and order it because I really like it. There's a lot of good information. So that might be the case. Where is the time going by? So it is 3:00 and I've just been on the zone creating a plot grid in Scrivener. So I write in Scrivener, so I've been spending a lot of time doing that, cleaning up Scrivener, a template, which is going to help me in the future for my next project. But right now I have like the whole Shifter series in one Scrivener project. So doesn't really help me for there, but that's okay. And my face is almost fully back. And I just switched over my keycaps. They are now red switches instead of the blue ones. So I think it will be less loud. Let's see if you could hear the difference. So I just did the main letters, the backspace and the space bar with the new ones. So this is more of a clicking and this is more of like a thumping. So hopefully it is less loud, but I still like the sound. It still has that clicking sound to it. So now I'm off to the grocery store. Just get a few things, fill up gas, and then come back and start filling out that plot grid that I created. I just filmed this little intro part for what I'm going to be working on right now in like time warp, so time lapse. So it's just like me going like bah, 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 bah. So anyways, back to where I was. I am going to be setting up a physical plot grid. I am watching videos by Claire Phrase And I would say known for her plot grid. When it comes to author tubers, it's kind of like her thing. So I'm going to try it out. I have my idea notebook here, as well as the board right in front of me of the act. And I'm going to try to map out either the first chapters or scenes to include the setup, introduction of the characters, the hook of it, the meet cute, the inciting incident, all of that on the paper. So now I can switch over to time lapse, right? I got the first sequence, so getting to the meet cute, inciting incident on front and back. Did a little bit of coding. I realized that I wanted to put the two other subplots, which is about Sophia and the teaching and the bears. So I didn't put it on that side, but I did circle this part. Goes into the subplot of teaching, which will include her teaching job, right? She's applying for this international job, but also the teaching of being with the baby, the caregiver aspect of it. Because I think the main plot line is having the baby find its forever home, right? That's kind of the thing. And I would say, right, they need to take care of the baby. So I guess it's kind of like caregiving, but kind of like passing it off, right? They don't want to keep the baby, so finding its home, versus the teaching is like in the moment, being with the baby, taking care of it, all that kind of thing is what I'm thinking. I don't really know if it really needs to be a subplot, but I need to keep putting in at different places the moment that Sophia does have this application out there, because right, that is her whole thing, is she doesn't stay in one place. She isn't ready to settle down. She's wanting to go and exploring. This is her opportunity. So that's kind of that plot line. I don't know if I'm doing this right or not, so I'm going to continue watching some of the videos, but I got the first sequence. That's something. So I just need to do this 7 more times, and then I'll have the whole story. So, making progress. I get to move this from planning on the plotting to the outlining. I am going to get ready for dinner, and then I think I'm just going to chill, watch some YouTube, and then watch probably a Hallmark movie. So I'm going to call it a day. I'm glad I got a little bit of writing in, because tomorrow I'm going to start drafting. So game plan is to draft those scenes that I've just outlined, and right, there'll be more outlining, more diving in. This is going to be all about the first draft. It is the skeleton draft. There's going to be a lot of missing pieces, and I just want to get it out of my head and onto my computer, so then I could start flushing it out as things progress. But then I also need to start doing the other 7 sequences, getting those outlined, but I could draft those first sequence and then go from there. So thanks for watching, and until my next video, bye.